I'm Mac with Aero Pest Service and welcome to our channel. Today I'm going to personally walk you through the entire termite inspection process. I'm going to show you where to look and I'm going to show you exactly what to look for. That way you're better equipped to protect your most valuable investment against these tiny destructive little creatures. So I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's go do this together.
Hey there, puppy. Hey. Hey, guys. Y'all ready?
Okay guys, now we are in the house. Now it's time to start the termite inspection process. But where? Where do we start? That's the question. Okay, I always start at the front door. And I'll either go to the left or I'll either go to the right. But one way or another, I'm gonna stick with that pattern. That way I go through every single area and every single room and every single place in this house. Because we're going into bedrooms, we're going into cabinets, we're going in the closet, we're going in the attic. And also, guess what? We're going to go around the entire exterior perimeter of this home. Because when you're talking about termites, you just can't miss anything. Okay, you may be thinking, oh, there's no way termites are going to be there. Yes, they will. I've learned over the course of my career here at Aero Pest Service, which has been since 1995. It's been a long time. I've been dealing with termites for a long time. Never assume termites are not in that area, okay? So let's start at the front door and we're gonna work our way around. We're gonna look at the sheetrock. We're gonna look at the ceiling. We're gonna look at the baseboards. We're gonna look at the window sills. We're gonna open up the cabinets. We're gonna look underneath the bed. We're gonna look behind the furniture. In other words, is there any place in the house that we're not going to look? No. We're gonna look at this place from top to bottom, because when it comes to termites, can I tell you, you're more likely to have termites than you are fire, a flood, or a storm in your house. And all they need is a width of a sheet of paper to get into your home. That's crazy. It blows my mind that they can go through a crack in your slab, right up through that crack, and start eating away thousands of dollars worth of your most valuable investment. So listen, I want to better equip you today. That way you don't have to worry about it. And if you do see something, you know what you're looking at and you know how to get it fixed in a fast and efficient manner. That's my goal today, is to equip you with the knowledge and the expertise on how to protect your own home. That's what we're here for. Let's get started at the front door. Let's do this thing together and let's see what we find. Okay, one of the biggest questions I get all the time when I'm in a house inspecting for termites is this: what are you looking for? What exactly are you looking for? Okay, one of the things that I'm looking for when I go inside a house is exit holes. I call them termite exit holes. Termites that are behind the wall, okay? They're hidden behind the sheetrock hidden behind the stucco, hidden behind the brick, all right, and you can't see them. Well, sometimes they will eat holes through that sheetrock in order for their reproductives to fly out. And that hole could be oblong shaped, it could be the size of your pinky, it could be the size of a pencil, it could be the size of a pen, it could be very small. And so that's why you have to go through your house with a fine-tooth comb. That's why you have to have a flashlight and look at all the sheetrock and look at all the baseboards and look at all the wood trim in your home, because you don't know, there could be a small exit hole that termites have created. And if you're not careful, it is so easy to overlook a termite exit hole because they can be so small. Okay, one other thing that we're looking for during the termite inspection process is termite mud tubes, or shelter tubes, as some people are going to call them. Termites build these mud tubes to travel back and forth in. And so what they do is they bring the mud or the dirt from the ground up into that structure, okay? And sometimes those mud tubes can be seen through the sheetrock, they can be seen through the trim or the window sills, or like behind the trim in any little crack or crevice. They're gonna seal that up. And all that does is it keeps them safe behind there. And it keeps light from coming in, it keeps air from coming in, and it also keeps invaders like ants from coming in and attacking them and destroying their colony. So mud tubes are a big, big deal. We see them on the inside, and we also see them on the outside. So the termites that we're inspecting right now are subterranean termites. Okay? That means they live in the ground. And so what they do is they come from the ground up into your home, because your home is a food source for them. And how they get up and back and forth from the side of your house or behind your brick or behind your stucco is mud tubes, okay? It's kind of like their little super highway that they travel from your home back to the colony, and it keeps them protected. Let me tell you a story real quick. One time I was inspecting a home because they were selling it. And so there was a guy that was buying that home, and I found one termite exit hole in the sheetrock. I'm talking just one. It was the size of a pin. That's how small it was. And the people that were buying it said, what kind of damage do you think is behind that wall? I said, I have no idea. They said, will you open it up? I said, that's beyond my pay grade. I can't open up somebody else's walls. You're gonna have to get permission and have a contractor do that. Well, anyway, make a long story short, they had a contractor come in and they cut out the sheetrock, and lo and behold, you know what they found? $30,000 worth of termite damage behind the sheetrock. Wow. And so that's why any little hole, any little evidence of termites needs to be inspected. It needs to be investigated further, because you really don't know what exactly is behind those walls. One thing that we're looking for while we're inspecting the house is termite reproductives, or alates. Now, they look very similar to ants, and I want you to know the difference between a termite reproductive and an ant reproductive, okay? Because they both have wings. I've had people say all the time, oh, it had wings, it had to be a termite, or it had wings and it had to be an ant. They both have wings, okay? But here's the difference, okay? Here's the main difference between a flying ant and a flying termite, all right? Now, a flying ant will always have a pinched waist. The waist, the abdomen, you can always tell it has a pinched waist. A flying termite does not have a pinched waist. Now, another way you can determine the difference between those is that a flying ant will have two sets of wings of unequal length, and they're shorter than the body, okay? Now, a termite reproductive that has wings is gonna have two sets of wings of equal length, that are longer than the body. Okay, so you need to know the difference between those two. I've had people say, I had termites, and I get there and I'm like, it's just ants. And I've also had people say, oh, I had these flying ants, and I get them every single year, and I just spray them and they go away, and they come back the same time every year. I'm like, those are probably termites. Okay, so you need to know the difference between those two. Now, when we're inspecting homes, a lot of times you'll see those alates or reproductives in the windows. Either they swarmed out in the spring or in the fall, and they are attracted to the light, and that's why a lot of times they end up in the window sills. Okay, so be looking for wings, be looking for reproductives, and that's one thing that are it's going to be a telltale sign. If you see those on the inside of your house, more than likely you have termites that are eating your home. Now, sometimes if there's a heavy swarm on the outside, they will come through a crack up underneath the door or anything like that. That is possible. But if you see an exit hole and they come out and there's thousands of them, you have termites, and it's time to get an inspection. Okay guys, we're all done on the inside of this house. It looks really good, looks really solid. Haven't found any issues with it at all. But I always start on the inside. That's part of my process. And then I move to the outside. So now we're getting ready to go to the outside, but you know what I save for last? You guessed it, I saved the attic for last. And the reason I saved the attic for last is because it's so hot here in Florida. In the summertime, you're just sweating profusely. So I just kind of prefer not to be sweaty and nasty while I'm in somebody's house. So I do the inside, I do the outside, and then I do the attic. I do the attic last. So anyway, let's go outside and take a look and see what we can find on the outside. One time I was inspecting a home and I was walking around the outside, and I thought I looked at everything really well, and I looked, and everything looked fine, and I was standing by the front porch, and my phone rang, and so I was on the phone. Matter of fact, it was my dad, and I was talking to him on the phone. I just happened to look down at my feet, and I saw a termite mud tube, okay? And wouldn't you know it, that termite mud tube was the same color as the grout that was in the brick. I mean, I almost missed it. It was amazing how well it blended in. So that's why you gotta stoop down, you gotta look down, you gotta get on your knees sometime, you gotta poke and you prod, and you gotta make sure that you don't leave anything uninspected, because if you do, you're gonna miss something. And I'm gonna tell you something, even the most experienced termite inspectors can miss something if they get in a hurry. And that's one thing during the termite inspection process that you do not want to do, and that is be in a hurry. You have to slow down. You can't be on your phone. You can't be distracted by the homeowner, distracted by the dog, because if that happens, you can easily turn your head and miss something, and that's never a good thing. When you're up in the attic, make sure you step where those trusses are at. If not, you're gonna fall through and you're gonna hurt yourself. It's gotta be about 300 degrees up here in this attic right now. It's so hot up in this attic right now that the boards that I'm touching, these boards, they are almost hot, too hot to touch. That's how hot it is. It's got to be over 300 degrees in this attic right now. A lot of people think that termites aren't going to get in the attic, but yes, they can get in the attic. So that's why it's important. You got to do a thorough inspection of all the trusses and the roof decking as well. Because if you have a leak that's in this roof and it's causing a conducive condition for termites, they can create an aerial colony above ground. They don't have to have the ground contact. They can just have, as long as they have a moisture source and a food source, they're good. So attic inspection is muy importante. You must do it. But I've been through this attic and I haven't seen anything. It's hot up here. I'm ready to get down and wrap this thing up. Let's go. All right, guys, that completes the termite inspection process. I hope you learned something today, all right? I hope now you know exactly where to look and what to look for so you can better be prepared and equipped to protect your own home against termites. And if you have any feedback, any comments, please put them in the chat box below. I would love to hear from you. And as always, I appreciate you so much. And thank you for watching this video. And thank you for supporting this channel. I really appreciate you guys. God bless and have a wonderful day.